any sadhana that is done to your Ishta, any auspicious thing that we start, or anything that requires human efforts in this worldly dimension can happen only by the Aradhana, that is the worship of Ganesh Bhagwan. He is the only God that comes at one call, and He is the only God that can remove all the blockages and the obstacles that we are going both on a material and spiritual path. Let's understand who Ganesh Bhagwan is, how did he come into existence, what are the ways and methods to worship Ganesh Bhagwan, and what will happen when you start inculcating the Ganesh Tattva within you. Let's understand Ganesh Bhagwan, or we also call him Ganpati Bappa. Bappa means a god, and Ganapati. Ganapati is the Pati, means the master of all the Ganas. Now, what are Ganas? There are different meanings of Ganas in the text. When we talk about Gan, it means gods, humans, lower deities, higher deities. Gan also are some forces in nature which creates blockages on a path. And Ganapati, that is Ganesh Bhagwan, is the master of the Ganas who will block and stop all the negative forces. At the same time, who will get you on track for sadhana. It is said, if you have taken a human body and you want to communicate with higher divinities and higher forces, it is only possible through Ganesh Bhagwan, because he is the God that translates human language, that is the language of words, into Prakash Bhasha, that is the language of lights. So Nath Bhasha is the language of words, and Prakash Bhasha is the language of lights of all the gods, deities, saints, ancestors who are living in the astral world. It is also said that it is Ganesh Bhagwan, only by his blessings anything new should be started. That is the reason if you go to South India, there are temples specially for Ganesh Bhagwan, and even any ritual, maybe a marriage, maybe buying a house, maybe getting something auspicious, or even starting a journey, we remember him and take his blessings. Ganesh Bhagwan has been mentioned both in Ved and also in Tantra. In Rig Ved, he is known as the god who removes all the blockages. In fact, Atharva Shirsham that comes in Atharva Veda talks about Ganesh Bhagwan. He used to give magical powers and also used to invoke ghosts and other lower deities. However, with time, a Mahaganpati Upanishad was given, where he was given a special category to operate in this world. Now, when you read the Puran, also when we think about Ganesh Bhagwan, first thing that comes to our mind is the elephant hen, and also that he is the son of Shiv Bhagwan and Parvati Ma. In the Shiv Parivar, Shiv is that pure consciousness because of which everything came into existence. Without it, nothing will operate. When we talk about Parvati Ma, that is Shakti. Any material that you see, it's only because of her. She is the power behind Shiv, which is making everything alive. At the same time, whatever is non-living is also Shakti. When we talk about Ganesh Bhagwan, he is the gravitational force of Mother Earth, and he is that which connects us from this world of reality to higher states of consciousness. And Kartikeya Bhagwan stands for the electromagnetic field. So when we understand the Shiv Parivar, all these are forces of nature which make us realize that we are not this limited consciousness, but we are creatures of bliss. Now when Ganesh Bhagwan is placed in a house, there are a few rules that should be maintained. There's a Mudgal Puran which talks about 32 forms of Ganesh Bhagwan, and they're all tantric forms. The form that which should be kept in a house is the one where Ganesh Bhagwan's trunk is turned towards the left hand side. The right hand side trunk of Ganesh Bhagwan is those meant for temples, and those are Ugra Ganesha forms where left hand sadhana is done in Tantra. However, for householders and people who are normally worshipping Ganesh Bhagwan into Vedic tradition, the trunk with the left hand side should be maintained and kept at house, because it will satisfy both the material needs and the spiritual needs both. The Aradhana for Ganesh Bhagwan, that is the worship for Ganesh Bhagwan, should be done in this manner. When you're starting sadhana for Ganesh Bhagwan for the first time, it is recommended that you start on a Wednesday, because that is the day he is worshipped. For the first time only, we offer a coconut. breaking of the coconut implies the removal of negativity and to build a connection with the deity, that is Ganesh Bhagwan. Also, once we offer a red cloth to Ganesh Bhagwan, either you keep it in the temple. In the south, we tie around the cloth, the red cloth, or keep the red cloth and then you can place the murti. Now, when you start your sadhana every day, offer a red flower to Ganesh Bhagwan. Any red flower is okay, and red sandalwood paste is offered. Why red cloth, red sandalwood paste and red flower? Because in many tantric texts and even in Shilpa Shastra, it is mentioned that the color of Ganesh Bhagwan is red. And at the same time, he's sitting at the Mooladhara Chakra, which is also red. So that one thing should be done. Second, Ganesh Bhagwan's favorite is Durva. Durva has a very specific property. How Shiv Bhagwan likes Bel Patra, how Kalima likes hibiscus flower, Ganesh Bhagwan likes Durva, and it is always offered in odd numbers. 3, 5, 7, 21 is the number which we offer to Ganesh Bhagwan. It is said that Kashyap Muni had offered 21 Durva ghas to Ganesh Bhagwan. 21, why specific number? Because it attracts Ganesh Tattva and again builds the contact between the disciple and the deity. And something very important, while doing the entire sadhana and especially while offering, see to it that you're chanting the Bija mantra of Ganesh Bhagwan, and that is Om Gam Ganpatai Nama. It is not Gan, it is Gam. So Om Gam Ganpatai Nama. While doing this, so the proper ritual goes in this sequence. First, we break a coconut on day 1 and offer a red cloth. Then on the first day, we offer a diya. So every day in your sadhana, you offer one diya to Ganesh Bhagwan. See to it that the timing is fixed. Then we offer a red flower. Then we apply a red chandan paste. And then we offer Durva ghas. According to your own capacity, 3, 5, 7 or 21 should be offered while chanting the Bija mantra of Ganesh Bhagwan. Also, which is very important, while doing this sadhana and before you end your sadhana, do one jap mala of Om Gam Ganpatai Namaha, and then when the jap is done, just close your eyes and meditate on the form of Ganesh Bhagwan. What will start happening when you do regularly Ganesh sadhana with love and awareness? There are 8 attainments that will start coming on you. How Ganesh Bhagwan removes the 8 emotions of the lower minds, he will also give you 8 attainments. The first one is love. You will start experiencing a certain kind of satisfaction, love for your own self, there will be acceptance. The more sadhana you will do, you will start understanding others in the family, and there will also be an experience of unconditional love towards nature, towards animals, towards beasts and towards everything, and that is the foundation of Ganesh Tattva. Second, with this, the intellect will start getting sharpened. That means from tamas and rajas, you will slowly move into sattva. So the entire approach of seeing life will change. Also, there will be beautiful experiences because of the connection with the mantra and the deity. Third, with this regular practice, there will be a lot of intuitive and intellectual knowledge that will start coming to you. And there will be a lot of expansion of this consciousness, and the knowledge which is hidden will slowly come into you. Fourth, while doing this with the love and the mantra, you will start walking on the path of dharma. That is the reason Ganesh Bhagwan is also known as the deity of dharma and karma. And when one starts on dharma, the 5th property will come to you. You will start slowly understanding the law of karma, and the accumulated karmas and vastas will slowly start vanishing. When this is done for a long time, you will enter into the territory of 6, 7 and 8, which is higher practices, that is Raj Yoga and Kundalini awakening. In higher sadhana, in Tantra, when we talk about higher sadhana, the image of Uchistha Ganpati is with 10 hands holding Shakti. That means the worship of Ganesh Bhagwan will also give you connection to the awakening of the Kundalini. My personal request is just start without expecting anything, and slowly how he will guide you, and the journey is beautiful. If you can't do this entire sadhana from offering diya to chanting the jap, then every Wednesday, just offer a diya or just break a coconut for Ganesh out of love, or just do one jap of Om Gam Ganpatai Nama, and slowly guidance will come, health will come, and you will be pulled towards sadhana again. In a nutshell, whatever we have spoken, it is not easy. Ganesh Bhagwan is that deity which will test you, which will put you in blockages, at the same time will give you experience of bliss. So the attitude of gratitude is the biggest while doing any sadhana. Next time when you're getting into sadhana, 3 important things never forget. Be regular, hold on to the mantra no matter what, and while doing sadhana there should be no expectations, because the highest experience is love alone. May Ganesh Bhagwan guide us and take us from this ocean of sanskaras to the highest experience of Ganesh Tattva, which is love alone. Ganpati Bappa Moria. Hari Om Tat Sat.